Welcome back. It's now over to the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots for you to consider in the Business Report today about the rate of change being released within the energy space, in part prompted by Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport Darrell Vaz's sectoral debate presentation, where he spoke briefly about changes on the horizon for that sector locally, with potential implications for the region. However, central frame for today's effort was yesterday's investor briefing for the launch of Tropical Battery Company Limited's APO. CEO of the 75-year-old business, Alexander Melville, primed the stage.
When we started this journey as a family business and transitioned from a family business, a third-generation family business, to a publicly traded company, it obviously took, some planning, conviction, a lot of thought went into it. That thought has kind of culminated into where we are today. And it is that we have grown the business from when we started about 1.8 billion when we listed in 2020, and today 5.6 billion in revenue. We're really proud to see this growth and then kind of close the loop on it, because you cannot buy a business 100% leverage debt. So what we did was bought a company that was larger than us with 100% bridge financing, and this was a part of the plan when we bought a business a year ago, to then raise equity through an APO that would then pay down majority or at least 50% of the debt, so we'd put equity into the transaction. Smart thing to do in business, always put equity into something you're buying. It cannot be 100% debt, very hard to do.
That purchase, as has been reported on the BR before, was of California-based Rose Batteries, which, in addition to providing Tropical Battery with access to 35 markets internationally, contributed significantly to Tropical doing approximately 50% of its revenue in US dollars. Chris Vonderlich, CEO of Rose Batteries, spoke of the plans for additional expansion of manufacturing capacities.
We're actually moving to a new facility that's a lot more streamlined, gives us 30% more square footage. We've been busting at the seams for a few years in our current location. So that'll help us to be able to expand and to more efficiently get products from California down to our facility in Mexico so that we can continue to scale those products there.
Tropical currently controls 60% of the local energy storage market, with intentions to further expand its physical footprint locally.
We are also expanding into a 7th retail store, which is, we have 6 retail stores in Jamaica, and we'll open a 7th one within 30 days. I think it's like next month. And that one's going to be focused more on our newer products, servicing of electric vehicles. We sell electric bikes. We also have a deal where we can sell Teslas out to the UK. And I think that is also very important and a part of our strategy.
A closer inspection of the strategy reveals that the purchase of a 50% stake in Kaya Energy Group, a Dominican Republic-based solar solutions company, was like the renewable equivalent of jet fuel for the energy initiatives of the company.
So their team and expertise just won Tropical Battery, a $500 million solar project here in Jamaica with 22 government buildings. It's an MSET project. But Tropical, we've only been in the solar business a couple of years. But when we were 7, I think, solar companies in Jamaica bid on it, including ourselves, but we were able to leverage their 15-year experience even further than our Tropical Battery Group and these 3 companies, Kaya, Rose, and Tropical, is we have, my brother Mark has set up meetings with Carnival Corporation. Carnival Corporation, we've known for 40 years. They buy a lot of batteries for their ship, specialty mission-critical type batteries for like lifeboats and things like that that they need, which is similar to what Rose makes. Tropical couldn't do anything there. But Rose makes custom battery packs that could go in Carnival ships. And we are now in communication going back and forth on how we can enter their supply chain. Similarly, Carnival is putting in solar in 6 of its ports in the Caribbean, starting with Celebration Key in Bahamas, a $600 million US expansion. And we are able now to bid on that solar project in Bahamas.
Which brings us back to this statement by Energy Minister Darrell Vaz during his sectoral presentation that highlighted just how the landscape is evolving.
Mr. Speaker, we have also pursued policy measures to improve energy storage capacity. CARICOM's Council for the Trade and Economic Development, COTED, approved Jamaica's request to suspend the common external tax on 91,600 lithium-ion batteries. valued at 1.5 billion Jamaican dollars or $9.7 million US for 2 years, starting February 2025. This 20% duty exemption followed extensive stakeholder consultations with the government of Barbados and a verification site visit to the Barbadian company that currently produces lithium-ion batteries.
However, the move is not necessarily seen as a direct challenge, according to the Tropical Battery CEO.
The industry itself is growing at 20% a year, solar and storage. So when you're in an industry that is growing very quickly, it's a good thing. So all of our businesses, energy storage, solar, renewables, are all growing way past global GDP. It's 20-30% growth rate.
Gregory Samuels, Senior Vice President and Head of Investment Banking at Cygnus Capital, shares a similar outlook.
So this is the company we are investing in, a company that is part of a sustainable development strategy that is here to stay. And so as an investor, I feel proud. And when I say as an investor, if you look at the top 10 shareholder, Cygnus is number 3. So I'm also an investor in Tropical Battery. And I'm very proud because this is a company that is helping to sustain not only Jamaica and the Caribbean, but the world at large.
The offer is for approximately 954 million shares at $1.87. The offer opens tomorrow, May 22nd, and runs for approximately 2 weeks up until June the 6th. Again, the offer can either close early or be extended based on demand. And there is the chance to upsize to a further 1.1 billion worth of shares, valued at the same $1.87.
Interest cost, and I think it's going to be a total of about $300 million lower in interest cost, which should fall to the bottom line and allow us to be more profitable and increase dividends in the future. Yeah.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.